Hi, I'm Sean Walbeck.
Hello, my name is Sean Fuller.
Hi, I'm Dee Dee O'Connor.
Hi, my name is Mish Kriz.
I'm Heidi Sankerson.
Hi, I'm Liz Campbell.
My name is Judith Owens-Lancaster.
My name is Carrie Grimes. I'm here today with the Whatcom Arts Project to talk about what a director looks for in an audition. If you are auditioning for a community theater like the Bellingham Theater Guild, generally a director will ask you to do what we call a cold reading. A cold reading means that you are handed the script, you're on stage with someone else, turn to a specific page, and you're asked to read a character. The director is looking at you, first of all, physically. Do you fit the physical type of the character they have in mind? Vocally, can you project? Can you speak clearly? Does your voice sound like the voice that they have in their mind for their character?
If you're auditioning for a musical, usually you're asked to bring a song with you. And so preparing that is important as well. And that doesn't just mean singing along to the recording in your car, but it means finding the sheet music for that song and making sure that that sheet music is in the same key that you want to sing it in. Because there's nothing worse than getting up there and finding out that it's 3 keys, higher than you were expecting, and you don't go that high. I also really want people to bring sheet music and sing with the accompanist instead of trying to sing a cappella. This just not showing yourself off if you don't show that you can sing to a piano player. At most musicals, you're not going to get to sing a cappella when it comes to performances, so showing me that you can stay in tune and in time with a piano player or some other kind of accompanist is really important. It also shows me that you care enough about the play to prepare for it.
Here's what you can expect from me at one of my auditions. I generally do cold readings. Everybody gets a chance to read from the script. Everybody gets a chance to read at least once, and more than likely 2 or 3 times, depending on the size of the audition crowd. Rehearsals at the Guild generally run 4 to 5 nights a week for 6 to 8 weeks. That's not including tech week and performances. So know your schedule. You'll want to be able to write down all of your conflicts. Having conflicts doesn't mean you won't get cast in the show, but it's important for a director to know.
Here are some of my suggestions on ways to help you get cast and how to prepare for an audition. There are a couple things I really like to see when actors show up to audition for me. And one is that they are familiar with the play and hopefully have even read the play.
Cold readings does not mean ice cold. You're going to help yourself so much if you read the play ahead of time.
They should have read the play that they are auditioning for.
Please read the play before you come to the audition.
If you have the opportunity to read the play, definitely do that.
Or thought about the play, or have at least seen a movie of it, or know the book, or in some way have gathered the information that, first of all, lets them decide if they even want to be in this play. And also, which character they want to play and what they can learn about the character to show me that they could possibly become this person.
You should know whether your play is a comedy or a drama.
Have a general idea in their mind what part they want.
You know what the characters are about. You know what kind of journey they go on, and so maybe you're going to start out innocent and end up jaded. You'll have an idea where the senior is reading in the audition, where it is in the show, and what kind of impact it should have. If you're doing a prepared monologue, find the beats in the piece that you're doing. Find where you're going to change gears, because you do want to have some varying levels. You want to have different things going on. You want to vary the intensity. You don't want to start out, if you're doing some piece where you're getting angry, you don't want to start off at full rage and then have nowhere to go. So it's you can start at a certain level, go up, back off, go even higher, change gears. It makes for, you need the varying intensity of it, otherwise it just becomes kind of monotone. In a similar sort of fashion, in a dramatic monologue, I would say find the humor in it. Hopefully there is going to be some there. There should be if the writing is good. And similarly, in a comedic monologue, find the sincerity or the serious moments in there. You don't want to just be a type. You want to try and create a real person as a character. It's a lot more interesting to see, and it's going to be a lot more involving for the director. If you're afraid of looking foolish, looking like an ass, I guaranteed that's the way to make yourself look like an ass, is doing things halfway and holding back. So go all the way for it, even if it's something that the director might not go, well, I would never do it that way in a million years. They're going to go, okay, this person has chops, and I'm gonna look at it. Know your monologue, know your song, and don't try to push your song past the 16 bars that they're asking for.
Read the audition notice. The director, musical director, or choreographer, they will tell you what they're looking for in the audition notice. So if they say bring tap shoes if you have them, bring tap shoes if you have them. If they suggest that you come, dressed, prepared to move, then don't wear, something that constricts you. And generally just follow along with what it says in the instructions there.
Make sure that your song is memorized and that you have practiced it. Try to do that with another person so you get a sense of what that feedback is like.
Find a way to find the play and read it.
Very important, they should have read the play.
If you've never done Shakespeare before, read some Shakespeare out loud before you go to the auditions. If you have done Shakespeare before, come in prepared with a monologue you're good at, whether or not that's the play you're going for. That way you have, at least in your back pocket, proof you can do it. Dress comfortably and ready to move.
If it's your first time and you're really nervous, make sure that you're dressed in something comfortable and something that you're used to wearing, street makeup that you're used to, shoes that you feel very comfortable walking in. Anything to make yourself so you don't have to think about what you look like or what you're dressed like. You come prepared for that so that you can do your best audition, whether it's reading or doing a monologue or singing a song. Dress for success. Look your best. And when I say comfortable, it also means they have to be aware of what's appropriate for the setting they're in. If you are auditioning for a part and you know it's a prostitute, don't dress as one.
I think you should dress for an audition pretty much similarly for whether it's a musical or a straight play. You should dress in comfortable clothes, not like a slob, which is how I, as the director, am probably going to be dressed, but something that you can move easily in. Do not wear something that is going to be prone to leaving you open to a wardrobe malfunction. Because it does happen, and it's not going to help your confidence a lot. Leave the costumes at home.
Wear shoes.
I mean, I guess some people are just like, on a whim, maybe just show up. And I know that there's a spontaneity to that, to just kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll go down and audition. Maybe say something to the director when you get there, and just like, hey, I just, just as an FYI, I just kind of decided to come on a whim with my friend. My friend's like, hey, come and audition with me, and just to let you know, I haven't actually read the script. I'd be interested in any part that maybe you think I'm good for.
Find out what you can from the director. If you haven't read the script, don't volunteer to go first in a scene. Watch other people do the scene and learn from that. The Theater Guild doesn't have precasting. That means you have a chance to get the parts that you're available for. Go in with the idea that that'd be great if it happened, and if it doesn't, I got to play with the material.
I know the hardest thing in the world is to relax, but when I say relax, it means find that center in you where you're using that nervousness to create, and allow yourself to have fun creating in the moments that you have on stage. If you are listening and sharing with your scene partner, it is going to show off your best possible self. You're going to have a great time.
How do you behave at an audition? Well, if you're me, you behave very nervously and your face kind of goes numb or gets too hot and your lips start to tingle and you talk too much or too high or not at all. But once you can get past the nerves, what a director would like to see at an audition is if you can behave professionally, if you seem like you'd be good to work with. And besides the acting, besides can this person play this character, what I'm asking myself as a director when I'm deciding who to cast in a play is, who do I want to be around for the next weeks or months in what can sometimes be a stressful situation? So if I have two actors who I can't decide between, I'm usually going to go with the one who I think would be more fun to be around for the next however long the play lasts. Somebody who I think is going to show up on time and who's going to put the work in and who's pleasant. At the audition, you should listen to instructions and follow them and be respectful of the people you're auditioning for, and also be kind to the other actors. Even though they're your competition, they may end up being your best friend. So encouraging of new people and helpful. So once you've learned your dance steps, help the other people learn their dance steps. We see those things and we notice them, and we like that. So just remember that your audition is important, and how well you play the character is important, but you're also being evaluated when you're not on stage, and how you comport yourself in the building and with the other people is sometimes just as important as whether or not you nailed that scene.
Here's what I like to see from people when they show up to one of my auditions. First, be on time. Give yourself enough leeway that you can come in, fill out your forms, do your warm-ups, and ask any questions that you might have. Next, always be respectful of other people, the space, and the process. Know your schedule. If you come to the first night of auditions, you're more than welcome to come to the second night of auditions and get another chance to read. Just know that those who haven't had a chance to read before will get to go first. Always ask me ahead of time about the play, various roles, etc.
When you show up at an audition, be considerate and kind to the other actors who are there. It's very intimidating for someone who is not familiar with the scene to be watching everybody hugging and having a love fest around them. It sort of makes them feel alienated. So maybe don't be quite as over the top with the people that you do know, and be welcoming. At least smile and be helpful. Show people where things are to people that you don't know. And similarly, don't get in people's faces with your process. We all need to warm up and we need to kind of get ready, but singing these huge vocal exercises at top volume next to other actors, other performers, is really obnoxious. And I would say take care of it on the way to the audition, and just be professional and ready to go while you're waiting to do your bit.
Please listen. Please be ready. Go with the flow. If you have questions, ask them. If you are asked to do something, please try to do that. If you're uncomfortable, be upfront and say you're uncomfortable doing that.
Make your scene partners look great and realize that you are being watched every second that you are there.
So try not to let the nerves get the best of you. Follow instructions and be nice.
So if you have any concerns about the audition or the audition process, you can always let our VP of production know.